Welcome back to the channel, US Rare Coins News, Top 1. Everyone who loves discovering the hidden stories behind everyday money. Today, we're diving into a coin that many people remember receiving in their change, saving in folders, or collecting straight from circulation during one of the most exciting moments in modern US coin history. This is the United States of America Washington State Quarter Dollar from 1999, featuring the state of Connecticut. At first glance, it may seem ordinary, but this quarter represents a major turning point in American coin collecting and holds a special place in millions of collections around the world. The year 1999 was historic for U.S. coinage. It marked the launch of the 50-state quarters program, one of the most successful and influential numismatic programs ever created by the United States Mint. The goal was simple but powerful: honor each of the 50 states with its own unique quarter design, released in the order they joined the Union. This program sparked widespread interest in coin collecting, bringing millions of new collectors into the hobby almost overnight. Connecticut was honored as the fifth state in the program, reflecting its status as the fifth state to ratify the U.S. Constitution. For many people, this coin wasn't just currency, it was a symbol of state pride, national history, and a new way of looking at everyday change. Children, parents, teachers, and collectors alike searched through pockets and piggy banks hoping to complete their state quarter maps. The obverse of the 1999 Connecticut quarter maintains the classic and familiar portrait of George Washington. His profile, facing left, has been a staple of the quarter since 1932. This timeless design connects the modern state quarter series to the long tradition of U.S. coinage. The inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," appear clearly, along with the date 1999, anchoring the coin to the very beginning of this historic program. Turning the coin over reveals what makes this quarter truly special. The reverse design features the famous Charter Oak of Connecticut, a deeply symbolic image rooted in American colonial history. The Charter Oak represents freedom, independence, and resistance to tyranny. According to legend, Connecticut colonists hid their royal charter inside this massive oak tree in the late 1600s to protect it from being confiscated by English authorities. This act of defiance became a powerful symbol of self-governance and liberty. The design shows the sprawling branches of the charter oak stretching outward, conveying strength, endurance, and protection. Beneath the tree appears the banner reading "The Charter OAK," with "Connecticut" and "1788" displayed proudly. These elements work together to tell a story that goes far beyond the coin's face value, connecting the holder to centuries of American history. The 1999 Connecticut quarter was minted at multiple U.S. mint facilities. Coins struck in Philadelphia carry a P mint mark, while those produced in Denver display a D. In addition, special proof versions were struck at the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. These proof coins were made specifically for collectors and feature sharp details, frosted designs, and mirror-like backgrounds that set them apart from circulation strikes. Because the state quarters were produced in massive numbers, most 1999 Connecticut quarters were heavily circulated. Many show signs of wear, including smoothing on Washington's hair, flattening of facial details, and softer lines on the oak tree branches. However, coins that were pulled from circulation early or saved directly from mint rolls can still display strong luster and crisp details, making them more desirable to collectors. Condition plays a major role in how collectors view this coin. While a circulated example may be common, uncirculated coins with clean surfaces and strong strikes are much more appealing. Proof coins, when properly preserved, often appear nearly flawless and are prized for their visual beauty rather than rarity. Another aspect that adds interest is the connection this quarter has to a specific moment in time. The late 1990s were a period of economic confidence, technological growth, and cultural change in the United States. This coin circulated during the rise of the Internet age, the expansion of modern commerce, and the final years before the new millennium. It passed through countless hands, quietly witnessing everyday life at the turn of the century. For many collectors, the 1999 Connecticut quarter is deeply nostalgic. It reminds them of the excitement of the state quarter program, the joy of filling empty slots in collection folders, and the thrill of finding a new design in everyday change. It represents a time when coin collecting became accessible and fun for people of all ages. While this coin is not rare, it is historically significant. It shows how thoughtful design and storytelling can transform a common coin into something meaningful. It also demonstrates that value in numismatics is not always about age or precious metal, but about context, preservation, and cultural impact. Now, let's talk numbers, and only now. At auction, the 1999 Washington State quarter dollar featuring Connecticut has sold for prices ranging from just a few dollars for high-quality uncirculated examples to around $20 to $30 for top-grade or proof coins, depending on condition, certification, and overall eye appeal. Top 2, today, we're focusing on a modern U.S. quarter that surprised many collectors with its bold design and deep historical meaning. This is the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 2019 featuring the Lowell design. It may look like a simple piece of pocket change, but once you understand what it represents, this coin becomes a small but powerful window into America's industrial past. By the time 2019 arrived, the Washington quarter had already gone through decades of evolution. From a traditional portrait coin to a nationwide storytelling series, the quarter had become one of the most expressive coins in U.S. circulation. The Lowell quarter was released as part of a series that honored important locations tied to American history, culture, and progress. Unlike many coins that focus on scenic landscapes or famous monuments, the Lowell quarter tells a story about people, work, and transformation. Lowell is closely associated with the rise of American industry. It represents the moment when the United States began shifting from small-scale production to organized factory systems. This change reshaped the economy, society, and daily life. The mills of Lowell became symbols of innovation, efficiency, and opportunity, drawing workers from different backgrounds and changing the way labor was structured. This quarter captures that turning point in a way few coins ever have. On the front of the coin, the familiar image of George Washington immediately establishes continuity with America's past. His portrait faces left, steady and composed, reflecting leadership and unity. The words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," appear clearly, along with the date 2019. This side of the coin connects the modern design to over 2 centuries of American coinage tradition, reminding us that while times change, foundational values endure. The reverse side of the 2019 Lowell quarter is where the story truly stands out. Instead of a building or a natural scene, the design features a woman operating a loom, surrounded by industrial machinery. This image represents the workers who powered early American factories, especially women who played a central role in the textile industry. Their labor helped fuel economic growth and laid the groundwork for modern industrial society. The loom symbolizes technology and progress, while the worker herself represents discipline, determination, and resilience. This is one of the rare U.S. coins that places a working individual at the center of the design, making it deeply human and relatable. Every line and detail emphasizes motion, effort, and purpose. It's a design that invites viewers to pause and think, rather than glance and move on. The inscriptions on the reverse reinforce the importance of the theme, tying the image to national identity and shared history. The design doesn't glorify wealth or power, instead, it honors work and contribution. That message makes the Lowell quarter especially meaningful in modern times, as it reflects on how progress is built through everyday effort. The 2019 Lowell quarter was minted at multiple facilities. Coins produced in Philadelphia carry a P mint mark, while those struck in Denver feature a D. In addition to circulation strikes, special collector versions were made, including proof coins with mirror-like backgrounds and frosted details, as well as uncirculated collector issues with enhanced quality. These versions were intended for collectors who appreciate precision and visual appeal. Because this coin is relatively recent, many examples still exist in excellent condition. However, coins that entered circulation quickly often show contact marks, small scratches, and edge wear. Collectors pay close attention to strike sharpness, surface cleanliness, and overall eye appeal. Coins preserved in mint packaging or carefully saved from rolls usually stand out far more than circulated pieces. What makes the 2019 Lowell quarter especially attractive to collectors is its storytelling strength. It represents a major shift in American history, highlights the role of workers, and breaks away from traditional coin imagery. It's a reminder that money is not just about value, but about identity, memory, and shared experience. For newer collectors, this coin offers a great introduction to modern U.S. quarters and thematic collecting. For experienced collectors, it stands out as one of the most distinctive designs of its series. Even for non-collectors, it can spark curiosity and appreciation for the history behind everyday currency. The late 2010s were a time of reflection and rediscovery for many people, and coins like the Lowell quarter quietly contributed to that conversation. It encouraged people to look closer, ask questions, and reconnect with the stories that shaped the nation. That ability to educate and inspire is what makes this quarter more than just a coin. Now, let's talk numbers, and only now. At auction, the 2019 Washington quarter dollar featuring the Lowell design has sold for prices ranging from a few dollars for high-quality uncirculated examples to roughly $20 to $40 for top-grade or proof coins, depending on condition, certification, and overall visual appeal. Top 3. Today, we're taking a deep and detailed journey into one of the most recognizable modern U.S. coins, a quarter that helped ignite a nationwide collecting craze. This is the United States of America Washington State quarter dollar from 1999 featuring the state of New Jersey. At first glance, it may seem like a common coin, but once you explore its history, symbolism, and cultural impact, it becomes something far more meaningful than spare change. The year 1999 marked a turning point in American coinage. It was the launch year of the 50-state quarters program, a groundbreaking initiative by the U.S. Mint designed to celebrate each state in the order they joined the Union. This program transformed the way people looked at coins, inspiring millions of Americans to search their pockets, save new designs, and learn about history through everyday currency. The New Jersey quarter holds a special place in this program as it was the third state released, honoring New Jersey's status as the third state to ratify the Constitution. New Jersey is often called the crossroads of the American Revolution, and this quarter proudly reflects that title. The coin celebrates a defining moment in American history, connecting modern collectors to the struggle for independence and the birth of a nation. This powerful historical connection is one of the reasons the New Jersey quarter remains memorable and popular among collectors today. On the front of the coin, the classic portrait of George Washington appears, facing left with a calm and resolute expression. This design has been a cornerstone of U.S. quarters since 1932 and serves as a visual link between generations. The inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," are clearly visible, along with the date 1999. This familiar obverse design provides continuity and stability, allowing the reverse to tell a unique story. The reverse side of the 1999 New Jersey quarter is rich in symbolism and historical importance. It features General George Washington leading his troops across the Delaware River during the American Revolutionary War. This daring winter crossing in December 1776 was a pivotal moment that boosted morale and helped turn the tide of the war. The image captures motion, determination, and courage, showing Washington on horseback as soldiers marched behind him. Beneath the image is the inscription, "Crossroads of the Revolution," a phrase that perfectly captures New Jersey's central role in the fight for independence. Above it appears New Jersey and the year 1787, marking the state's ratification of the Constitution. Together, these elements transform the coin into a miniature history lesson, reminding viewers of sacrifice, leadership, and resilience. The 1999 New Jersey quarter was minted at multiple U.S. Mint facilities. Coins struck in Philadelphia carry a P mint mark, while those produced in Denver feature a D. Additionally, proof versions were made at the San Francisco Mint, identified by an S mint mark. These proof coins were specially struck for collectors and are known for their sharp details, frosted designs, and mirror-like backgrounds. Because these quarters were produced in very large numbers, most examples entered circulation immediately. As a result, many show signs of wear such as smoothing on Washington's hair, flattening of details in the reverse seam, and small scratches from years of use. However, coins that were saved early or kept in mint condition retain strong luster and crisp details, making them more attractive to collectors. Condition plays a significant role in how collectors evaluate the New Jersey quarter. While circulated coins are common, uncirculated examples and proof coins stand out due to their preservation and visual appeal. Collectors often look for clean surfaces, sharp strikes, and minimal contact marks, especially on the detailed reverse design. what makes the 1999 New Jersey quarter especially compelling is its emotional and historical impact. It doesn't just represent a state, it tells a story of courage and determination that helped shape the nation. This connection to a defining moment in American history gives the coin lasting appeal beyond its age or composition. For many people, this quarter brings back memories of the excitement surrounding the early days of the state quarters program. It reminds them of searching through change, filling collection maps, and learning about history in a hands-on way. That sense of nostalgia adds another layer of value for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Now, let's talk numbers, and only now. At auction, the 1999 Washington State quarter dollar featuring New Jersey has sold for prices ranging from just a few dollars for high-quality uncirculated examples to around $20 to $30 for top-grade or proof coins, depending on condition, certification, and overall eye appeal. Top 4. Today, we're exploring a U.S. quarter that stands out not only for its design, but for the powerful story it tells about nature, culture, and identity. This is the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 2012 featuring L. Younk. At first glance, it may look like just another modern quarter, but once you understand what it represents, this coin becomes a symbol of natural beauty and national pride unlike any other. The 2012 L. Younk quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series that highlighted national parks and protected sites across the United States and its territories. What makes L. Younk especially unique is that it represents Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory with a rich cultural heritage and a deep connection to the natural world. This coin was a milestone, as it brought Puerto Rico into the spotlight through U.S. circulating coinage in a way that felt both respectful and meaningful. L. Younk National Forest is famous for being the only tropical rainforest in the U.S. National Forest System. It is a place of lush greenery, mist-covered mountains, cascading waterfalls, and extraordinary biodiversity. For centuries, L. Younk has been a symbol of life, resilience, and spiritual importance. Long before modern conservation efforts, the forest held cultural significance for the Taino people, the island's indigenous inhabitants, who believed it to be a sacred place. On the front of the coin, the familiar portrait of George Washington provides a sense of continuity and tradition. His profile faces left, steady and dignified, connecting this modern quarter to over 2 centuries of American coinage. The inscriptions, Liberty and In God We Trust, are clearly visible, along with the date 2012. This obverse design anchors the coin within the broader history of the United States, allowing the reverse to tell a more specific and localized story. The reverse side of the 2012 L. Younk quarter is where the coin truly shines. It features a beautifully detailed scene of a coqui tree frog perched on a branch, with tropical foliage and mountains rising in the background. The coqui is a beloved symbol of Puerto Rico, known for its distinctive call that fills the forest at night. This tiny frog represents identity, endurance, and connection to the land, making it a perfect subject for the coin. The design captures the feeling of L. Younk's vibrant ecosystem. The leaves appear full and alive, the mountains suggest depth and mystery, and the frog itself becomes a focal point that draws the viewer in. Unlike many coins that emphasize human achievement, this quarter celebrates nature and coexistence, reminding us of the importance of conservation and respect for the environment. The inscriptions on the reverse include the name L. Younk and Puerto Rico, along with national identifiers that place this unique location firmly within the American story. This combination of local pride and national recognition makes the coin especially meaningful to collectors, nature lovers, and those with a personal connection to Puerto Rico. The 2012 L. Younk quarter was minted at multiple U.S. mint facilities. Coins produced in Philadelphia carry a P mint mark, while those struck in Denver feature a D. In addition, proof versions were produced for collectors, known for their sharp details and mirror-like finishes. These proof coins highlight the intricate design elements even more clearly, making them especially attractive to those who value artistry in coinage. Because this coin entered circulation fairly recently, many examples still exist in good condition. However, circulated coins often show contact marks, small scratches, and slight wear from everyday use. Collectors look closely at surface quality, strike sharpness, and overall eye appeal when evaluating these quarters. Coins that were saved from rolls or kept in collector sets often stand out with stronger luster and cleaner details. What makes the L. Younk quarter especially appealing is its emotional and cultural impact. It represents a place of natural wonder and spiritual importance, not just a geographic location. It also reflects a broader effort by the U.S. Mint to recognize the diversity of landscapes and cultures that make up the United States and its territories. For new collectors, this coin offers an exciting entry into thematic collecting, combining nature, culture, and history in a single design. For experienced collectors, it stands out as one of the most visually striking coins in the America the Beautiful series. Even for casual viewers, it serves as a reminder that beauty and meaning can be found in the smallest details of everyday life. The early 2010s were a time when environmental awareness and cultural recognition were becoming increasingly important, and this coin reflects those values perfectly. It encourages people to look beyond face value and appreciate the stories, places, and traditions that shape the nation. Now, let's talk numbers, and only now. At auction, the 2012 Washington quarter dollar featuring L. Young has sold for prices ranging from a few dollars for high-quality uncirculated examples to approximately $20 to $35 for top-grade or proof coins, depending on condition, certification, and overall visual appeal. Top 5. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of U.S. currency that celebrates history, culture, and natural beauty. This is the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 2009, featuring the U.S. Virgin Islands. At first glance, it might seem like just another modern quarter, but once you explore the history, symbolism, and significance behind it, this coin becomes much more than simple currency. It's a small, portable piece of American heritage. The year 2009 was an important one for U.S. coin collectors because it marked the continuation of the highly popular 50-state quarters program, along with the addition of quarters honoring U.S. territories and the District of Columbia. The program had already transformed the way people thought about coins. No longer were quarters just pieces of change, they had become collectible stories of history, geography, and identity. The U.S. Virgin Islands quarter was part of this unique expansion, bringing attention to one of America's most beautiful territories. The U.S. Virgin Islands are a group of islands in the Caribbean with a rich and complex history. They were originally inhabited by indigenous peoples before European colonization. Over centuries, the islands changed hands between colonial powers and eventually became a U.S. territory in 1917. Today, they are known for their stunning beaches, lush landscapes, and vibrant culture. This quarter was designed to capture the spirit of the islands and highlight their unique place in the American story. On the front of the coin, the familiar portrait of George Washington immediately establishes a sense of tradition. His profile, facing left, has been a staple of the quarter since 1932, representing leadership, perseverance, and continuity. The inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the date 2009, appear prominently. The obverse connects this modern coin to centuries of American history, providing a foundation for the story told on the reverse. The reverse of the 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter is both striking and symbolic. It features a trio of images representing the territory's identity and heritage. First, there is the depiction of the island's famous beaches and scenic coastline, capturing the natural beauty and tropical charm that make the Virgin Islands so renowned. Next, the coin shows a stylized outline of the territory itself, giving a geographic context and celebrating its distinct location in the Caribbean. Finally, the design includes elements representing the island's cultural richness, highlighting the traditions, resilience, and vibrant life of the local communities. The inscriptions on the reverse read, U.S. Virgin Islands, along with E Pluribus Unum, reflecting the territory's integration into the broader story of the United States while still honoring its unique identity. The design is detailed and intricate, capturing the essence of the islands and making this coin visually appealing for both collectors and casual observers. The 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter was minted at multiple U.S. Mint facilities. Coins produced in Philadelphia carry a P mint mark, while those struck in Denver show a D. Proof coins were also released for collectors, with mirror-like finishes and frosted details that emphasize the intricacy of the design. These collector coins were produced with special care and are often considered more desirable due to their visual appeal and limited distribution. Because this coin is relatively modern, many circulated examples still exist in excellent condition. However, those that were used in everyday transactions may show signs of wear, including slight scratches, smoothing of details, and minor discoloration. Collectors often focus on surface preservation, strike clarity, and overall aesthetic appeal when evaluating these quarters. Coins preserved in uncirculated condition or as part of mint sets generally command more attention due to their pristine appearance. What makes the U.S. Virgin Islands quarter so interesting is not just its artistic design, but the story it tells about a unique part of the United States. Unlike many coins that celebrate large states or well-known landmarks, this quarter shines a light on a small territory that is rich in culture, history, and natural beauty. It educates and inspires, encouraging collectors and viewers to learn more about the history of America's territories and the people who live there. This quarter also carries a sense of nostalgia for those who remember collecting coins as part of the 50 State Quarters and Territories program. It represents a moment in time when collecting became fun, educational, and accessible for millions of people across the country. For new collectors, it's a perfect introduction to U.S. quarters with a story. For seasoned collectors, it's a valuable piece that adds depth and diversity to a collection. The late 2000s were a period when interest in modern coinage was surging. People were looking for ways to connect with history, celebrate heritage, and enjoy the beauty of coin designs. The U.S. Virgin Islands quarter exemplifies this trend by combining artistry, history, and cultural significance in a single, small object. Now, let's talk numbers, and only now. At auction, the 2009 Washington quarter dollar featuring the U.S. Virgin Islands has sold for prices ranging from just a few dollars for high-quality uncirculated examples to roughly $20 to $40 for top-grade or proof coins, depending on condition, certification, and overall visual appeal. If you enjoyed this extra long and detailed exploration of the 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. There are countless coins with incredible stories waiting to be discovered, and the next one might already be in your pocket. Happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next video.